Good morning, folks, and welcome to another, another Joe Locke style Tai Chi practice. We've just got another person coming in. Wonderful. Yes. So as you can see, we have Willem here today. Thank you so much for coming. That's wonderful. And thank you so much for joining us as well. So if you remember last week, Willem covered class for me as I kept the head down, wasn't feeling the best. So thank you so much for that. But it turned out that what you did last week worked quite well for you. So we're going to continue in that thread. We're going to use the 7 stars in Rotations Qi Gong as our warm-up and continue on with a bit of Phoenix and get our way through hopefully to the Immortals. So we've plenty to get on with today. Just to mention, I think yesterday we came across a lovely video of a lady showing the principles of Tai Chi, and she had a skeleton t-shirt on to show how the movements affected the skeleton. And we both found it really quite interesting, fascinating, and very useful. And she was really hitting on a lot of really good points about alignment and the instructions that were given in Tai Chi and how they can actually be misinterpreted, which can actually impede the structure rather than improve it. So I noticed actually she talked about how the shoulders and the hips are always together, they're always together and you're not twisting. And actually I agreed with her for so much of what she said, but there were some aspects that we both felt there are some grey areas. And in Master Locke's work, he actually breaks some of the rules, or rather stretches some of things that we otherwise think of as rules in Tai Chi. Master Locke, being heavily influenced by his Bagua practice, his other internal practice, there is actually a lot of twisting in the waist, not extreme twisting, but there is that kind of stretching the line of shoulder and hip connection. It's still there, the connection is still there, but we're actually mobilizing it a little bit. Now, if you release your belly, your hips and your knees, and we begin with a little twist of the waist, you'll feel that. So actually, yes, there should always be a connection between the shoulder and the hip, but you can feel how the spine is actually twisting a little bit. It is. So it's not just that Master Locke is breaking the rules, he's just slightly, building on this concept of gently stretching the connection between shoulder and hip. So in this way, we're mobilizing the spine, which is helping to strengthen the muscles that support the spine and to help the nervous system to function well. So in other practices in Tai Chi, there's more of an emphasis about keeping shoulders and hips absolutely in line, but there are always, it's not even loopholes, but there are sort of exceptions where really we are thinking of it as an elastic connection as opposed to a solid line that must not be bent. So this is a lovely wee warm-up in itself for that very reason, that it is actually allowing the spine to twist. Let's widen the stance and sit down a little bit. And you can see that the legs and the hips should not be moving. It is a turn in the waist. And okay, the shoulders aren't swinging around massively, but they're allowed to release. So we want to have a little bit of movement. So I might actually see if I can share that link with you. I thought the lady's information was incredibly good. It was very, very good, but it was really talking in terms of the rules of Tai Chi. And it wasn't quite so much talking on how once we've learned the rules, then we can start to manipulate them a little bit while still keeping the benefits of their knowledge. Good, so let's come up please and we will begin. Have a little shake out. do a wee bit of freestyle. We'll begin our 7 stars in rotations. You went all the way through last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So let's just rattle our way through. Follow as best you can. Please always listen to your body. If it hurts, adapt. And if it still hurts, stop. Okay, so we lengthen up, please, through the top of the head. The chin slightly down and back. And release, relax down through your system. Calming down. Lengthening all 10 fingers gently down. And listen behind you. Open door 5. Ready? Start. S shape, please, to change direction. Good, so we're not turning more than 45 degrees here, which means turn palms, draw in. So we're keeping that feeling of connection between the shoulders and the hips, but we're gently stretching it out a little bit. S shape. Back into center. And movement 3. Keeping an eye on those knees, not literally, don't look at them, but check that they are in line with the feet. Check posture and relax down into center. Just give yourself a moment to recover. Good, and again please. We did a bit of training last night and we finished with the 7 stars in rotations Qi Gong. It's a really nice way to warm down. We only actually did this exercise once. It's very potent. So you can do it once and do it well, but 3 times is powerful. Let's check posture. Relax to center. Good, and remember, it doesn't matter how deep you go in your stance, but it does matter that you maintain good posture. So I'm going to do the gentler version for you. Extend the energy around. So you feel around your feet, whether your hands can get down there or not, doesn't matter. Good, relax into your center. Checking posture and calm. Good, release the hands. We'll do a little bit of our stomach spleen exercise. Keeping the knees pointing forwards, turning in the waist. Technically, you're turning in the dantian. The waist exhibits the movement. Good, now we're going to turn your feet to your front left corner. And we're going to do our dragon exercise. We have 2 rolls at belly height, 2 rolls at chest height, 2 rolls at neck and head height. Flip the toes to turn to the other corner, skimming the hands across, under the arm, along the arm, and relax down. So that's your tiger with your little half step. Your back hand comes under, yeah, and we stretch it out and turn and step. Relax down and expand. You see Willem showing the side view. Release the back foot and step. Relax. Expand. So, kidney exercise. We go over and come in. Step. Over and come in and back to horse stance. For our snake exercise, we turn the toes to the corner, swing the arms around, make an S shape on the diagonal, press the palms away, release, lasso the top hand and flip. Again, look over the shoulder, press the hands away. Again, you can lasso the top hand, come back to center. Sometimes my lasso works beautifully and others just go, huh? So don't worry, just keep going. We cross hands, we sit back as we reach up for the turtle. So I want to see the back fill the small of your back. That's it, as you expand into the fingertips and release. Well done. And turn. Now, Willem, maybe we'll all do this in the same direction. Can we turn to your front left corner? Beautiful. So we're going to step, turn out, step through, roll back towards the back foot, float up, square up, step the front foot, grab, and step the back foot through. Block the front hand, step back with the front foot and pierce, fix your front toes. Block, step back and pierce. Now you should have your left leg forwards. We take a cycle with a half step back foot and cycle step forwards. Cycle, half step and turn in. Now we do the fire exercise. We step with the left foot, block and feed your left hand in front of your heart and rise. Good, turn to the front and scoop. Earth exercise, 2 and 3. We can bring that foot in and step out again, and we continue in the same vein. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we lift the left toe, swing under, step through and open. Back the way you came, up, step back and swing. Turn, keep stepping and open. Turn towards the front and step. So now we're facing the diagonal for our second part of the six harmonies. Good. Good. Now we could just do it standing, or we could step. So I step as I come across the front foot and step back and flip the toes and step the back foot and step it back again. Good, and we come into center, take a deep breath and relax down. Good. Okay, and we're on to our 7 stars rotations. So actually, Dylan, if you and I do it facing each other, yeah, we'll do it this way. Lovely. Okay, so let's do 16 steps in each direction. So normally with Bagua you take 8 steps round. We're going to do that, but we're going to do 2 circles in each direction. So we're going to keep going after you've made it back home, do another round, and then we'll change direction.
Double home run.
A double home run. Yes, that's it. Now I've been experimenting with this in class. I'm going to have to look back at Master Locke's instructions, whether to step with the, once you have set it up, do you start by stepping with the front foot, or do you start by stepping with the back foot? Last night I think we started with the back foot, and that worked very well. It works both ways, but I'll need to go back. Do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I think the front foot is your first step.
That's your first
not,
step, yeah.
Whether you spend time on setting it up, but the step is already done.
Yes, yeah.
So that's, I count that as step 1.
That's a step, yeah. Lovely, thank you very much. Yeah. It's often the way we think about things that actually influences, but it could be the same outcome. Okay.
I think if you go smooth and you've already done your practice and you set it up well, you set it up as you go along. Step 1, step 2.
Yeah, it flows, yeah, exactly. So sometimes in breaking it down, it can...
Yeah, but Master Locke would emphasize setting up the first step, first get everything in place, getting the right feeling, structure.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's do that. Let's set up. So you can be facing the screen to begin. We're just going to show it sideways on. Ready? So we lengthen up, the chin down and back, and calm yourself down. This is so important because it helps you stay grounded and stable. Whereas if you're nervous about circle walking, your energy will rise, and that will lift you off your feet and you'll be far more likely to fall over. So we want to sink into our stance by letting go. Wuji is the most important part of the whole setup. We lengthen our fingers down and we release belly, hips and knees. And here we scoop, just like we're in open door 5. Our right hand, we're going to do right hand, yeah? Right hand comes under. Well done, Willem. That's not the way I did it. So right hand comes under, and then we're going to turn the ball over and push the left heel out. Good. And then the left hand swings forwards and up towards the center of your circle. Now I think maybe we're a bit far away, are we? We'll try it. Okay. And release your right foot. So there's your first step. Are we ready? 16 steps. Off we go. So we turn in a bit and go straight. We turn in a bit and we're halfway straight. We go in a bit, we go straight, we're 3/4, turn in a bit, and we go straight. Now we keep going, another 8. 1, straight. Turn in 2, straight. Turn in 3, straight. Turn in 4, straight. And turn in 2, yeah. Yeah. Go the other way. Are you ready? Go. 1. Turn in. Straight. Turn in. Straight. Keep going. Turn in. Straight. Turn in. You're halfway home. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rest, take a breath, Jolly well done. Relax yourself for a moment. We'll rest the hands level with the waistline. Point to the floor. And we can close left. Beautiful, well done, and recover. Now, you may be feeling a little bit dizzy. And that's okay. If you're doing circle walking, it takes a while to get used to. Back in the day, I was a ballet dancer, and from I was very wee, I did a lot of spinning, and never used to get very dizzy at all. And there is science behind this, that if you spin a lot when you're wee, part of your brain at the back of the head in the occipital lobe doesn't grow, and that means you don't get dizzy. So I didn't used to get dizzy at all. But if you stop spinning for any length of time, if you stop that practice, that part of the brain goes, oh, you don't need me to be small, and it grows normally. And so then when you go back to trying to spin, you get dizzy. And that exact thing happened with me. The other day, I arrived early in class to a beautiful space, and I thought, happy days, I could do a bit of anything I want. And I thought, I'm going to do pirouettes, I'm going to spin across the floor. And I did a couple of spins and I had to stop because I was really dizzy. I was disappointed that I've lost that ability. But what I'm saying is, yeah, sometimes you might get dizzy. I have a feeling if I did enough of it, maybe I could shrink that part of my brain again, but who knows. But if you got very dizzy, you don't have to do 2 circles. If you've been doing a lot of circle walking for a long time, you've probably got used to it. But if it's new to you, feeling nauseous is not what it's all about. So we can just do a single rotation round. So we're going to do one more set of circle walking, but this time we're just going to do 8 in each direction. So 8 steps round to bring you home, turn around, and go back the other way. If you've ever watched dogs chasing their tails, sometimes they'll spin, 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 spin. They'll look a bit dizzy for a second, and then they'll spin the other way, and actually it seems to sort them out. So by spinning the other way, it can cancel out the dizziness. But just take it gently, and if you're really feeling a bit queasy, just watch. Don't force it. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so we lengthen up, the chin slightly down and back. Again, give yourself a moment to release and let the relaxation fill your boots. Calm down. Lengthen fingers. Let's scoop. Bring your right hand under. Roll the ball round and push your left heel out, and then swing your left arm towards the center of the circle as you step. Good, so your waist is on a twist. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nearly there, 7, 8, turn in, and on the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're home. Take a breath. Relax down to center. Very good. Rest for a moment and point to the floor and close left. Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much. Good job, folks. So, there's this interesting phenomenon that when you stretch yourself a little bit, make yourself a little bit uncomfortable in your practice by going a bit further than you normally do, then when you go back to doing it the way you normally do, it's so much easier to do it. Do you see what I mean? So by comparison, it's the same by learning a difficult form, say like learning the Immortals Crossing the Sea. Then it puts the Phoenix in context and you go, actually, I can do the Phoenix. So it's no bad thing to make yourself a little bit uncomfortable sometimes in training, because it helps put things in perspective and it helps things actually become easier. And it means that you know you can do it. So there's definite advantage to pushing the boat just a little bit. So we're going to leave the 7 stars for now. I think you did very well. Let's have a quick go through the Phoenix just as a palate cleanser, and then we will move on to our Immortals. That sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we do it together?
Okay.
Yes. So I think you guys all know it really. We could just do a back view, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do the back view.
2 directions?
Did you do it in 2 directions last week?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, I'll take a vote. Would you like to do this in both directions, folks? So that means do it the normal way and then do it on the mirror. Can I have thumbs up if you want to do that? Yeah, really? Okay, I've seen one. One very enthusiastic double thumbs up. Okay, let's try it, folks. Give it a go. If you get lost, again, you can just watch and see if you can get your head around it, because honestly, getting your head around it is 3/4 of the way there. You can, if your mind can conceive of it, then your body can do it. Gently does it. Okay, both sides. We float up and relax down. Again, just take a moment to release. Listen behind. And ready, start. Now we're going to actually move back in our space to to repeat the whole lot on the second side. So your left hand scoops under, open the fist, stretch the ball, turn, and the foot that's already forward stays forwards as you step. Look into the center of your palm. There's a glitch in the matrix. Good, keep going. So it's your left hand that comes into fist. And now your right hand that comes into fist. Beautiful, well done. Good stuff. Now I know it takes a bit of work until that starts to feel comfortable, but again, just like our walking round for 16 steps as opposed to 8, the more you do it, the more you will feel a kind of freedom and ability to flip things, that you'll be able to do it one way and then the other. And this is your neuroplasticity, and this is a big part of Tai Chi. It's all about helping our minds to grow. And people often think that actually once you've hit, I don't know, 16 or 20, then we don't learn anymore. And it's an absolute nonsense. Every time you're stimulated by something new, you're made to use your mind in a new way, your mind actually grows. Just like the ballet dancer whose brain actually inhibits growth in one area in order to help them spin without getting dizzy, the mind adapts to what you ask it to do. So as long as you keep learning, as long as you keep introducing new, different ways of doing things, the mind will get stronger. And this will help to slow down and possibly even ward off the likes of your dementia and Alzheimer's and problems where the brain gets calcified it's not being used, and so it just doesn't function so well. So keep asking your mind to do new things. Learn a language, so you can learn Chinese to do your Tai Chi. Any language, actually, Sudoku, all that stuff. Or even playing games with the children, doing, you know, the blocks. Anything that you haven't done before or you haven't done in a long time is going to stimulate your brain to grow stronger. And what we're doing, we're stimulating the brain and the body to work as a team. So this coordination can actually pay huge dividends in your mental acuity. You'll be able to think and function well. But of course, the more diverse you make that, trying new things, the more diverse the brain and the coordination will become. So it is difficult to flip a form, I know, but it is well worth it. Of course, on days where you're feeling a bit delicate and you just want to do a bit of training, by all means, do it the way you've always done it. It's comforting. So there's definitely a place for just comfortable flow. But on the days that you feel up for a little bit of a challenge, this is amazing work. This will really blow the whole field wide open for you so that the normal stuff becomes tiddly-pom. It's not just doable, it's positively easy. So having said that, we're going to leave the Phoenix for now and we're going to move on into our more challenging Immortals Crossing the Sea. So we've been given a request to look at Dragon Tiger Confrontation especially. So let's just do the first few moves of the form to put it in context, and we'll go as far as and including Dragon Tiger Confrontation, and then we'll break down that little movement for you in a bit more detail. Okay, so yeah. So we lengthen up, please. The setup of Wuji is always the same. Take a nice deep breath, and internally I want you to sigh. Sigh the tension away. Let it release through the body, into the feet and into the floor. Let's do that a couple more times. Deep breath. And sigh. One more time. Good. Find all 10 fingers. Excuse me, press them down and release to scoop. Left hand under. Expand, rotate, push the heel out and step. Flip the toes, sit back and turn in for Immortal Lifts, mountain. Dragon into the ocean. And here we have the beginning of Dragon Tiger Confrontation. So a little turn to the left, and we turn in, and we step, and follow toes. So there's your pung. Willem's doing a nice job of a good angle. Okay. Lu, G, with a half step, and step back and roll through the spine to release the energy. Good, and rest, please. Good. Lovely. Okay, now even though I try very hard, I tend to go into my 45-degree angle because that's how I like to perform it, but I know it's pretty, it's not very useful to you because you probably can't see a lot of what I'm doing. Willem, on the other hand, is very good at getting that ironed out angle so that you can see a wee bit better. Willem, would you like to explain the Dragon Tiger Confrontation? You don't have to, I'll do it if you like. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you the floor.
Yeah, all right. So Let's do one more time from the end of, what is it, Dragon into the Ocean. So it's the right foot in front, right hand in front, so we're rolling the hands forward. Is that correct? No, it's the opposite, it's the left hand. So you can just keep rolling until it's the left hand. Right foot, left hand. And there we are. So think of a block, we're just gonna move everything to the right side a little bit. Drop in that hand. And the other hand comes over. And Master Lock would say it's like a punch. Yeah, so just swinging that hand around, but it's just an open hand in the form. Let's do that again. Right foot, left hand. Diverting to the right, change hands, right hand comes up and over. Turn the front foot in, and we're going to step along the back of that foot. It's like holding a ball, your hands are kind of facing each other. Flipping the toes, one in, one out. So you got your 45 degrees. And we do our ward off. Let's just do that, because that's confusing most of the time.
Can I come in again?
Right foot in front, left hand in front. We're going to kind of overturn the waist a bit. Overturn is the wrong word, but really use your spine flexibility to come all the way into the right side. Change hands. Turn the front foot in, step around the back. Turn the feet to get into a good stance, and we expand. I'm going to show a slightly different angle so you can see the hands better. From here, the hands are going to face down, drawing the hands out to the right, in towards the body. Palms are going to face the body. And with a half step in, this is our press. Right hand comes over left, crossing at the wrists, stepping back. You can go at a bit of an angle, or you can go straight down. Straight down might be a little bit harder. That's okay. Come in and over. And push. Very good. Let's do that one more time slow. Is that alright?
Yeah. Would it be an idea to actually show everyone with facing them, just so that they can see hand positions?
I'll do the side view.
Yeah.
I'll go straight to the side. You can go into the corner.
I think that'll be more confusing. We'll just do the same, yeah.
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 Right foot in front, please. Rolling the hands like reverse rolling cloud. The left hand comes in front. Good. Let's begin. Turning into the right side. Change hands. Release left. Turn front foot in. Step behind. Turn the feet. Get into a good stance. I'll change angle a bit for visual. And we do our ward off. Come into the front leg a bit more. Roll the hands back to the right corner. In towards the body. And press. Left hand stays a bit in front. Crossing. We can separate the hands as we come down. Come up. And over. And relax. I'll pass it back to you.
Great, okay, thank you very much, Willem. That's very nice and clear. Can I just ask, I'm having to come forwards because you're in a very small wee bar down the side of the screen. Is that covering the question, or is it? Yes, so it is. Good, lovely. Okay. So let us do the same again, but this time we'll continue on for the next couple of steps. So that means that we're now looking at what's after Dragon Tiger?
Flying Dragon.
Thank you. Flying Dragon and Taming the Flood. So the next couple of steps, and there's a bit of turning involved, and I think honestly, once you crack turns, they're nothing at all. But it's disconcerting because the room's spinning around you. So we have to have our knowing where you're starting, knowing where you're finishing and having an idea how to get from A to B. And I know that seems obvious, but it makes a huge difference. It's very, again, I don't know, I've got ballet in my head now. I'm thinking of pirouettes. You know, a pirouette is all about the setup and the ending. If you know how to set up the turn, if you're ready for the turn, you do the turn and you plant it, you finish at the end. And if you've got the beginning and at the end, knowing where you should be, then it makes it much easier to do the bit in the middle. That seems to wow the crowd and all the rest of it, but it's actually preparation and finishing are the things that make it good or rubbish. You know, if it's a fantastic turn but then you fall on your face, you won't wow the crowd. So we want to get those positions. So let's go from the beginning. I'll say the names of the steps again just to remind us. They're useful just as
Structure.
yeah, to structuring the mind. Often when students have an issue with a part of the form, they go, you know, this bit, and you know that what they're showing could be 2 or 3 different things. So if you know the names, it just homes us all into exactly what we're talking about, and that we're all on the one page. So I'll give you the names as we go. Okay, so from the top, please. Thank you so much, Phil, for that. It was great. Okay, so yes, we lengthen up. So we begin in Wuji, and we calm ourselves down, lengthening the fingers down. And we have emerging dragon to begin. So we scoop. The right hand comes under. No, sorry, it doesn't. My fault. The left hand comes under and we expand and turn. So this is your emerging dragon. You think of it coming up and out. Good. And turn in. So all of this is emerging dragon. Now we have the immortal lifting the mountain and into dragon, into the ocean. Now we begin our Dragon Tiger Confrontation. So this should be to the corner, we're just flattening it out a wee bit so that you can see. Now we have flying dragon, so we're stepping back and we're creating our round shape, turning in, swing up and step through and back. Very similar to the 7 stars. Good. Block and step through for taming the flood. So we turn in, hand over head, keep turning, left toes turn out, step underneath and expand to the corner. Hands with feet, turn, come in, up and over, hands with feet, elbows with knees, shoulders with hips, back full. Well done, and rest. Good, take a breath. Lovely. Okay. So, yeah, the flying dragon is pretty much, it's very, very similar to your 6 harmonies in the 7 Stars Rotations Qi Gong. It's that swing the baby that Willem used to talk about. So no actual babies were harmed in the making of this form. But it's this feeling of unity. And actually, it's sunshine fills the halls, isn't it? It's very similar to that. It's this unified rotation of center. You're still turning from center, and you're using gravity and that lovely dynamic of heavy and light as we come over the top. So let's just look at our swing the baby, our flying dragon. Okay, so we have done our Dragon Tiger Confrontation. Okay, so we're going to flatten it out again, rather than going to the diagonal, which you should be doing. We're going to show you it sideways on, and hopefully that will make it a little bit easier. So we release the back foot, the right toes turn. Good. And you can turn your left toes in if you need to, or just keep going, swing up, push off the back foot and step, and take the weight onto that foot and step back right, and release the front toes to bring them to point forwards as you relax down into your center. So this is a, good, relax for a second. This is a technique at the end that I mentioned in another class recently. I would call it drop sit. So drop sit is a brilliant instruction if you understand what it means. And for years when I said to my students, okay, sit down into your stance, I could see them going, okay, and they'd bend their knees. That's not what we mean by sit into your stance. If you bend your knees, you're adding tension into your legs and you're just going lower. You're not relaxing. A drop sit is actually, it's relaxing to center. Think of the sigh that we did before we began our practice in Wuji. You sigh the tension away, and that brings your energy down into your center and down into your legs. So the drop sit is when you have done a move, you've done something yang. The drop sit is releasing and relaxing, sighing away the tension so that everything can pull back into the lower dantian. It's recharging your batteries or filling your reservoir. So at the end of this movement, it is not, okay, now I bent my knees. Do you see that? I'm still yang. My energy's still up. Nothing has changed, just I'm in a lower stance. So when you throw the arms up or you swing the arms up, you come over, you step back, and we go into drop sit. So it's actually the energy sinking back down into your center that brings your arms down. You'll feel like they're being dragged. The energy is dragging your arms down into a softer, lower position, rather than bending the knees and bringing the arms down, which is still yang. So everything has this pulse of yin and yang. We have execute and drop sit, relax to center, and gather, execute, and drop sit, gather to center. There's always 4 stages. You prepare, you express, you recover, you rest. That's the drop sit. So let's have a go at this. Swing your baby as you step around and allow your energy to drop sit. Actually, Master Locke, when he first met me, asked me to show him some of the Tai Chi I already knew, and I showed him some Chen style, and he didn't use the words drop sit, but he said, no, at the end of each movement you need to relax to center, because I was just yang, 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 especially because he was watching me. I was nervous, so my energy was out, 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 out. You know, no, you need to release back to center. You need that moment of centering before you do your next move. And in this move especially, it is obvious, or it should be obvious, that you're relaxing to center. Actually, at the end of each move, it is there if you find it. Okay, shall we try? So we have done our tiger. We're showing you sideways on. In a second, just before we finish, we'll show you it diagonally as it should be done. So we relax to center and swing. Throw the arms up, step, step, drop sit, fix the foot, relax to center. Beautiful, well done. Let's do it once more and we'll do it on the diagonal, so the way it should be done. So we've done our tiger. Good, and relax to center. Let that draw the arms down. Beautiful, and rest. We'll leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that. Once you've got to the stage that you're at, and actually at every stage, I feel it's appropriate to give you that little taste of that there's something more than just choreography. There is a flow, there is a pulse, there is a rhythm of expanding and releasing in every part of our Tai Chi. And it takes it from, you know, little sort of puppets doing the moves to being really beautiful expression and feeding your system with the chi that it needs to then express the next movement, and feeding the dandian again so that you can move from center with something to move. So let's finish please with a little warm down. Same movement as we started, nice and easy. Breathe and relax. Good. Down to the legs. Lower legs. Ankles and feet. Good. And up you come. Of course, we haven't been doing standing practice in class recently. Just getting the time to cover as much as we want. But I'd encourage you, please keep going with your standing practice, because it teaches us so much. Just by doing it, the body starts to understand structure and alignment. Let's have a little bounce, please. A little bounce. And stand. Listen to your body. Enjoy that lovely expression of energy. Good, and let's now gather to center. Hug the elbows gently in. Breathe down into your belly. And feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful, well done. Release, relax down, please. Let's salute. We take right hand in fist, left hand straight. Shizang Hao. Sure Hao. Thank you very much. Lovely to have you all again. Thank you, our guest teacher. So lovely to have them with us. Keep practicing, folks. And as I say, don't be afraid to push the boat out. It's not that you're pushing yourself into pain, but push your mind a little bit to try things. Try and flip something on the other side, and it will pay off. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.